Welcome back, friends. We are here with our fourth match of the evening in week 2 of the NECC Fall Tournament. My name is Jeff. That's my good friend Billy. And we're here to take you through the Challengers division here for our fourth matchup.
Yep, Sacramento State Hornets, University of California in Sacramento. The Hornets taking on Rogers State University. We're looking at the names here in the lobby. We're going to have fun with these tonight.
Yeah, you have to bear with
And
us if we stumble over some of these.
If I stumble over it, I apologize in advance. But we're going to do our best to get through them. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what we see out of these two teams. What kind of play are we going to see? Our previous match really had it go to the wire, even though it was a 3-0 victory. It was pretty darn close every single map, and I'm hoping for the same thing here. Neither team has won a map coming into their week 2 series here. So somebody's winning a map tonight. Somebody's going to get the goose egg off the board. It just depends on who and how.
Yeah, both teams with a -3 map differential. Rough start in our opening week, but hey, it's early. Time to iron out some of those wrinkles and come in strong in week 2. We do have a fixed 3-map set. This is a best of 3 with all 3 maps played. We're going to start off on Busan here in week number 2, followed by Hollywood and Rialto.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what we see coming out of Busan today. We're going to start again, luckily, on Mecha Base. So I'm looking for Brawl-based compositions coming out here, mobility. McFlurry could come out here. You could also run with some longer range poke with an Ash. Definitely decides that, yep, I can see that. D-Day is going to be how we're going to call D-Day. So we will, hopefully they will get Demolition Day going on here with their work in the tank department. So, man, this is going to be a battle of teams that had a real struggle the first week, and as we look at the teams starting to fill themselves up, D-Day bringing out Ryan and Diva for Sacramento State, looking like a little bit of an echo coming on the other side from Rogers State University in their tank department. The DPS is where I think it's going to be a little bit different. Hadwad flashing us the Reaper right now. That could spell a lot of trouble for the Reinhardt.
It could. I think Rogers State is looking to come out strong, win that first fight, see if they can control with those May walls, plug up the chokes. As Hadwad will be able to put a lot more pressure onto D-Day. But Omi on the other side, you got some flashbangs to help deal with it and have a little bit more range at your disposal with the Cowboy. May walls from both sides, and it's going to be a little bit of tiny Overwatch. And Reinhardt's off the battlefield. Going to get into a little bit more of a death match here, and it is Hadwad coming out with a whole flurry of kills. That's a 4K on the Reaper.
Yeah, and I'm telling you what, Alec and Hadwad getting a lot of work done with the Reaper and the May. So, I mean, point progress is going to be taken by Rogers State here out the boot. And Ripsy, look at this ult charge for the Diva. Hello? Is that a D-back Diva? I think it is.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay. I was going to say, that's like really, really good.
One way you can tell for it is the ticks up there. You can see how it was the large bars that switched just to a bunch of tiny bars. That's where at a glance you can kind of tell whether the Diva's in pilot form or mech form. So just a fun little tidbit for all of our friends out there. Ripsy taking a lot of damage early, going down low. KC is in a lot of trouble as well, but gets the pin. And despite the low health bars, the tank line of Rogers State are able to put in enough work to hang on to this objective. Couple late kills coming through. Sac State not going down without a fight. I don't know if they're going to have the power to take it all the way, especially not with Noah going down.
Yeah, and I mean, Omi got a lot of work done with the Cowboy there, the Peacekeeper, but yeah, lots of work being done with the DPS coming out of Rogers State, and they're going to have Shatter. I mean, Shatter Blossom could be a thing. Blizzard Blossom could be a thing as well. We'll just see how they decide to go through this.
Woo, that's a 3-manner. Shatter coming out, and Omi goes down immediately. The Death Blossom over the top. It's a hurricane warning as they just got rocked by Hadwad.
And now they're going to have Blizzard and Self-Destruct into the next fight. So, I mean, they could combo that up as well as we're nearing in on the 70% capture mark. Lots of tools ready for the Hornets to take this point. How are they going to deploy it, though? That's the real question. Can D-Day land a fatty into this next fight?
Alec on the other side has this Blizzard ready to go. Scott from Claremore, Oklahoma. Start off strong and just need to win one more fight. Take Mecha Base. There it is. The Blizzard's out. Fang is down. Tank's frozen stiff. D-Day falls with the old in hand, and it's a +2 with 95% on the board. Infinity's going to get demeched as well.
Yep, that should just about do it. And I mean, they've got the sound barrier as well if they needed it. So, yeah, I mean, that was one-way traffic, Jeff, and the DPS really following in where the tank line was leading, and we saw a lot of just easy fight wins for Rogers there. So I tell you what, Sac State Hornets, they're really going to have to pull out a little bit different look. I don't know if the Cowboys going to work here. It looks like they're going to go ahead and flash and mirror what Rogers State brought to the table, and Alec is going to go ahead and bring out the legs now. So you're going to have an extra source of healing. Double off-tank look coming out from Rogers State. I'm always of two minds of this when I see a double off-tank coming out. But, I mean, KC, we'll see if they can get the work done with the Hyperspheres.
I'm skeptical as well, though. I do like the swap from Alec. You've got a lot of different angles, and with the speed of the legs, you can rotate around, really find some clever off angles, make life difficult on the Brawl comp of the Hornets. Although, you know, coming in with a Sigma and a D.Va might struggle. You can see the pressure coming through. Sac State just amp speed right onto him. Omi finds the better end of the Reaper duel with the Hellfire shotguns. D-Day Bob's out of the fight, but Omi is able to pick up their second kill of this engagement. Now looking for a third onto that. Lucio doesn't quite find it, but that cap will come through directly for Sacramento State.
Yep, that's
Cal State U out of Sacramento, but anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, Casey obviously realizing that they might have had a little bit of moxie there, bringing the Sigma to a Reinhardt battle, and now bringing out their own German Crusader. So now we'll see D-Day and Casey taking it to each other. The real question that I have right now is how are they going to deal with the main?
Well, I mean, the May wall doesn't get as much value here because there's just not as tight of chokes as we see on Mecha Base. You can see the wall came up from Fang, but it didn't really stop Rogers State from pushing forward, and Hadwan picking up that kill. Reinhardt straight now, but Hadwan's able to get 2. And Tac Visor finds 3. Alec making good use of that soldier indeed. I knew I liked that pick, Billy.
I mean, it's a great pick. And I mean, they pick it up at 35%. Just the one ultimate into that fight as well. So, you know, trades really looking good here. I think that KC being able to stay into the fight, especially with amped healing coming out of J-Love's anime, that is some good work from them. So now you've got sound barrier ready to go. You got the Death Blossom to get on the back line. This could be very dynamic.
One available from the other side as Sac State pushing through, and you've got a couple of nano targets you can use to start this fight. That's a big shatter! That's 4 on the floor! Courtesy of KC and a big anti-nade to boot from Disgraceless. The nano thrown onto Ripsy, and they are ripping Sac State to pieces.
Good lord, and the self-destruct to boot. I mean, that was a great remech, getting back into the mech, and now you can just start working on mitigating the damage once again. So 4 ultimates ready to go for the Hornets. I mean, eventually you're going to have to get this nano out. I mean, I would throw it on to the Reaper and let him go Death Blossom. But Disgrace has been showing a really good Ana so far. Can they sleep it?
Going for the tiny room where they can utilize this Maywall the best. Death Blossom in the back, but that one's from Hadwan. Nice sound barrier from Maria. She's able to save the team. And now Omi looking to return the favor. But look at the Bionate. They can't push in. Everybody's purple, and Sac State are caught in this room. Big Fire Strike is going to remove D-Day, and now it's a clear advantage as Casey is swapped over to the Reinhardt. The Shatter comes in. That one picks up 2, and Omi doesn't even get a chance to use the Death Blossom.
Wow, that is aggression at its finest. And the Maze just trying to stay in this fight and get as much ult charge as possible. Trying to build up to that Blizzard, but now it's all going to be a race to get back to the point, Jeff.
Yeah, they've got about roughly 10 seconds to do it. It's 1.2 seconds per percent, but whatever. We're going to call that an even 10 seconds. Down to 5 now. Still have that nano boost online ready to go. That should be the initiation tool, but Unoa falls at the hand of Alec, and nobody can much. Rogers State, indeed, get their first map win of the tournament.
Man, what a flip and what a hold. I tell you what, the DPS for Rogers State, while they are doing great, the tank line and the synergy of the support line is just absolutely ripping the members of Sacramento State out. I mean, they are just getting bombarded on all sides. And Hadwan, I mean, edgelord. You don't see him very often, and now we're seeing it once again, and it's just absolutely beautiful when you see this energy. You see the resources being put in there, and seeing that, seeing the diva being able to mitigate a lot of the damage with the DM that you would see coming in on top of a
Right.
Death Blossom. Absolutely beautiful work.
Ottawa definitely just lighting up that feed. I'd love to see their elibs through that match. It had to be quite a bit in the percentage. It's We're gonna head to Hollywood here next, but we're gonna take a very quick intermission before we do. We'll see you on the other side. Map 2 between our two teams. I'm for map number 2 here in our Challengers division. This is Challengers Cyan. We have 2 separate divisions for this SR range. And, well, Rogers State University able to get their first map win of the tourney here, Billy.
Yeah, and it was pretty emphatic as well. I mean,
It was.
100-0 on the first map, and then 135 on the second map. And I tell you what, the coordination from the team was looking pretty darn clean there. Now, it is control, so I always put that a little bit to the side. But now we're going to see what they bring out on Hollywood. And we do have a side swap coming out. So we will see Rogers State come out on the defense first, and we will see California State, Sacramento come out on the attack. And it looks like, I think that that Rogers State is looking to see what kind of a benchmark they're going to have to attain to get their second map win of the season. You know that Sac State, they've got to be wanting to get something going here, running, the Reaper May. They just couldn't get the value going in. We do have a change coming in. We've got Mater coming in for Unoya. So a little bit of a support change out here. You're running with the, looks like the Moira and the Baptiste. So lots of burst healing available. Immortality Field will be on the table as well. We see Hadwad. Hadwad bringing out the Ash here, and you're going to have the damage boost as well.
Yeah, and there's still plenty of time for Sac State to change their mind. I just wanted to highlight the all she/her backline here for Sac State. This tournament is sponsored by the Game Hers, and it's awesome to see more she/her representation in Overwatch. So that just warms my heart. Just wanted to throw that out there. As we get these gates open underway, it does look like Sac State are sticking with this Hanzo Brawl comp.
Yeah, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they can bring to the table here. Double shield coming out from Rogers State on the defense. And like I said, you've got the damage boosted Ash in the back, walking right through. Obi gets a dinger onto Hadwine.
That's quite the opening, although res is available. You're going to see utilized there to get it back to a 6v6. But it leaves Ripsy open without that healing. Wall was used to prevent Disgraceless from getting any heals in. And Orisa gone. Hadwad down yet again. +3, +4 for Sac State as they push in. This is going to be a mighty quick point A.
Oh yeah, I mean they have the bubble available from Infinite Void going on to D-Day, so I mean he can just go in there and just swing, especially against this double shield. They just close the gap, walk beyond the barriers, and just get everything they need out of it. That is a lightning quick take. 538. Going into Streets phase, look at D-Day's ult charge as well. He's gonna have Shatter probably in the next 1 or 2 fights. We see this double off tank setup again coming out from Rogers State. And man, I think you need to mirror the Reinhardt here.
Maybe. It's a tough call. KC definitely showed a formidable Sigma. Formidable, Billy. You know, the Sigma was decent. Did eventually swap to the Reinhardt there back on downtown. Does have 81% to this Gravitic Flux. They got 93 after landing that Accretion Hypersphere combo. I'm on this Reaper yet again. Right now in a duel with Omen, he's going to lose it with a little help from Infinite Void on the Zarya. Sac State can continue to just put this pressure down. And despite the ults from the tank line of Rogers State, it does not slow down Sac State in the slightest. They're just shoving back the defense of Rogers.
Yeah, they don't have any kind of real brawl potential here. And Omi is landing shots left and right that they were not landing on Busan. And this is looking to be another lightning fast move here. I mean, they're going to wall off the aggression here. Well, maybe not. Don't want to wall off your own Reinhardt. But the bubbles is the biggest support right now that the Hornets have going in their favor. It's allowing D-Day to just do whatever they want.
I think D-Day was trying to bait somebody to try to follow him through the choke so they could wall him off, but it wasn't even necessary. Throw a wall up on the left-hand side, nobody can contest. Point B picked up right there.
Yep, and I mean, they're just absolutely charging Infinite Void to the gods, and now they're going to have Grab Dragons available in this next fight.
Oh yeah, along with Blizzard, so many weapons in the war chest for Sac State and a lot of time to work with. This has been a very great clapback, a very, very good response from Sac State after that loss on Busan. A little bit of brawl over the Mega at the moment. Yeah, watching out for that Diva. You can tell Infinite Void keeping a sharp eye on that Matrix to look for room to open this thing up with that Graviton Surge. It's just a clash on this corner, and Casey, after swapping to the ride, does fall. D-Day Mob coming through, puts down the hammer, both on the ground and in the faces. Hadwad will drop a Death Blossom in here. He's going to pick up one. Casey able to get that kill onto D-Day. We're down to just straggling members from both teams, and Hadwad finishes off 2 more.
Yeah, I mean, Death Blossom took out one, and then they had the teleport ready to go, and then Shadow Step to keep them out of harm's way again. They get back into it, and more changes coming out. Casey over on to the Reinhardt to mirror D-Day. So, I mean, they still have Grab Dragons and Blizzard ready to go.
Yeah, Infinite didn't find room to use it last time. Just that's a big compliment to Ripsy, able to keep him at bay. Hadwad finds a great opening pick. Nano boost used onto Casey, pushing forward on the Reinhardt. Just getting aggressive. Look at the shields breaking, bouncing back, trying to shield hop. D-Day Mob just has to turn and run. Facing the other way, and all the way back into spawn they go.
Well, I mean, they made their stand. So, I mean, right now, you got to look at Rogers State. I mean, they've got Self-Destruct ready to go. That's their only ultimate ready to go at the moment. But, I mean, they've just been using the aggression and just really denying any kind of push on this corner.
Put a real boot on this objective. Still have the big wombo combo available to go. Blizzard still available for Sac State for the 3rd fight in a row. Will they find a chance to use it this time? The freeze in. Self-destruct out. There comes the Graviton Surge. But the self-destruct gets 2, and the remake gets yet another. D-Day falls under the weight of the Diva mech. Ripsy picks up 3.
Grab Dragons were put into that, Jeff, and they got 0 out of it. Ripsy comes out with 3 on the trot. And is now just in perfect position once again. Hadwad now has a Death Blossom available again. This is beautiful work out of Rogers State.
I think it was an unfortunate pin as D-Day pinned the mech of Ripsy into that corner on Mega, and Sac State just couldn't rotate out of the damage in time. Coalescence used from Maria to try to push in. See if Sax 8 can finally get around this difficult corner. They're able to deal with the 7th man and put a wall up to try to block KC. You still have Hogwad there, who's keeping D-Day at bay. Finally, they're able to pressure down KC, who couldn't get out of there with a flurry of storm arrows. Here comes Hogwad dropping the Death Blossom yet again. Rez comes through and Alec turns the tide. Suddenly, this is a +2 for the defense as Alec picks up the second.
I mean, teleporting in the back as well is going to be dealing with them in the back. Oh my goodness, this DPS duo right now is absolutely turning fights on their head. I'm really loving what I'm seeing out of Casey as well. Casey's been trying to force his off-tank, double off-tank meta going on, and you just need to stick with the Reinhardt right now because you are just getting so much unmitigated value out of it.
Speaking of value, Omi is able to pick up 2 great kills there. Gets the D-Mech on a Ripsy. That's finished off by D-Day on the Rhine. And now they've really opened this thing up. Finally got around that difficult corner after about 3 minutes of attempting. And have ults to boot to take it home. Blizzard used first. D-Day's gonna pick up 1. 2 kills come back the other way. Nano boost used onto KC, trying to pressure down D-Day. It's gonna force out an immortality as Omi tries to respond. Shatter comes through from D-Day Mob. That's gonna fly too, and the kills come through. Ant Matrix used as we're down to a 3v1 on this objective. I don't know if Sax 8 has the reinforcements to push it home against this respawn advantage, though.
I mean, it just depends on how long Disgraceless can stay alive. Hogwad does take down D-Day in the interim. They might have stabilized.
Yeah, the respawn advantage was just too great, and Rogers State had done a lot of work. But here comes Grav Dragons with a Coalescence. It's the Coalescence picking up 1 self-destruct used to prevent further follow-up onto that. Somehow, J-Love's Anime gets taken out in the back. I think that was just coming out of spawn. Randomly ran into the Dragons, trying to get back into the fight. And Sax 8 are keeping the pressure down. Ottawa trying to hit the release valve with the Death Blossom. It gets nothing but an immortality field. Needs a nice signal to the face. Back to spawn you go. D-Day moves forwards, able to take Ripsy out of the fight. And now push it all the way to the back of the golden box of victory. Swapping it over to a ball. Ripsy is here with adaptive shielding and a lot of health to work through.
Yeah, I mean, almost to have the mines available as well. This is just stalling for time. I don't know if anybody's with it. Yeah, they do have people to get back.
Yep, and Disgraceless is now hopping around the point, trying to buy some more time, but there's not really any ults for Rogers State. It's just trying to get this clock as low as they can, and they'll get it down to 16 seconds before Sac State finally pushes it home. Not bad, considering the time they entered into Point C with.
Boy, that is serious work coming out from them, and it looks like maybe asking for a pause from them coming out. So we'll see what happens here. But we, 16 seconds based upon the 5-minute time bank that they rolled into C with. They held first corner so stubbornly.
Yeah, it was
the
amazing.
ult rotations that came out, and the remake and the self-destruct. Just they had so many weapons. Sac State had so many weapons, and they just could not pull the trigger on any kind of wombo combo. Casey swapping over to the Reinhardt absolutely solidified their defensive capabilities. And I mean, it just really threw them for a loop. And Hadwad has been going ham all day long, swapping between the Reaper and the Ash. The Dynamite was getting it done. The Stall was getting it done. Man, I think it's just a little bit better positioning of that Bob, and you might have gotten it into overtime. But still, from where they started at point C down to 16 seconds, that is a win in the book of Rogers State.
Not bad at all. And you take those if you're Ripsy, as far as getting 2 kills with the self-destruct when you were just looking to remac, and then you get the kill onto D-Day like while you're at it, while remacking. I mean, there's you take those if you're Ripsy and RSU. But hey, it really helped them solidify that. And prior to that, the aggression they were putting down really prevented Sac State from dropping the ultimates when they wanted to, from not allowing them to get settled and set up to use the Grav Dragons, to get the Blizzard out. That was all prevented preemptively by great aggression coming out of Rogers State.
I think that holding on to the Blizzard as long as they did, I think that when you threw that May wall up and you kept Ripsy on the other side of the wall, you throw out the Blizzard against the wall and just see what you can get out of it. I mean, I think they held on to it a little bit too long. But in the end, they do get all 3 points. And now, they'll be on defense once we get out of this pause.
Yep.
And we'll see what they can do defensively. Their defense was kind of iffy on Busan, so we'll see what they can do when it's not a control map and having to hurl yourselves onto point, or having to defend against everybody throwing themselves at you on a point. So we'll see what happens when they can actually set up and take their space as they will.
And a lot of times it's tempting to want to get the whole team in, especially with an ultimate like Blizzard. But I think you don't have to get all six to get value out of those ultimates. Like you're saying, like take those opportunities, get the main tank. Perhaps you get one of the supports on the other side, getting just a couple kills with those big ultimates, but being more preemptive with them. So you're not waiting for the perfect opportunity. Just need a good one, and it can turn the tide of the fight.
Yeah, and I mean they're going to go ahead and bring out the same look that we saw on offense, on defense here. So D-Day is going to have a lot of staying power with these allied bubbles coming out from Infinite Void. Looking at Roger State, if they decide to stay with this, this is kind of a weird setup. I don't think Hodbod should stay on that. Yeah, I like this, especially if you're going to have a tether attached from J-Lo's anime. That is beautiful, and you're going to get a lot of value onto those sticky bombs coming in.
I will say Omi has been outstanding on this Hanzo. A real shining light on the attack there for Sac State. As looks like my audio has cut out here, Billy. So it's this is going to be cast without audio challenge. Ripsy going in,
accepted.
able to pick up Mater. That's a great pick for the attacking of Roger State. The primary, a large source of healing. You still have Maria Moon back there. Not for long. As Disgraceless is able to finish off the second support. Legs have been chopped off of this defense, and Roger State are overwhelming Sac State at the moment.
Yep, and I mean, now the bubbles are off the table as well. They just need to focus that down, then May will be gone, and that'll be a quick take for them as well.
Alex, 76% to that EMP already.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, what are you going to pair it with? I mean, you can hold it. I mean, you can use it on tempo. Really? So, I mean, really, Fang has got to be the crux and the focus of these manual hacks going in. And I mean, look at the dive coordination between these three players.
Yeah, trying to get up there and dislodge, but Sac State pounce on him one by one. Here comes KC, finally knocks everybody off the high ground. Sac State look to immediately jump back on the elevator and head back up top, but KC's able to isolate Mater from the pack. He's looking to take down Omi as well. Omi somehow narrowly escaped. I mean, just had a tick of health left. And KC finds themselves caught in the corner. No Mega to save them. Sac State are backing up. They've given up the high ground, but they're still able to stabilize.
Yeah, and better for Sac State is that Infinite Void got out with that massive ult or beam charge. So, I mean, really, DPS coming out. Really massive coming out from them. You've got Coalescence to keep them up through this next fight as well.
AC dropping in, looking to just take a little bit of damage, but takes too much. It's going to be a 5-man EMP on the back end, but that's two players already down for Rogers State. As Omi picks up yet another great hold from Sac State. They don't even have to invest that Coalescence ability to survive the EMP.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have a 6-pack of ultimates into this next fight, and probably shouldn't have pressed Q on that EMP. Casey getting a little bit over aggressive here, I want to say, bringing out the dive in from the Winston, especially going up against the Zarya. You can't get the cleave damage that you really want with those allied barriers coming out.
Yeah, and you have to be super mindful of your jump cooldown as well. Look like Casey kind of got caught out without any cooldowns in the open. So it's, you may want to, I like this. So Casey's adapting by trying to control more high ground. Then you can drop in without using your jump and escape back up to the high ground and just do that whole back and forth, allowing Disgraceless to build up towards the nano, which they have now. Onwad, it comes through, duplicates, drops a shatter. Blizzard in from the other side. Coalescence as well. There were six ults available from Sac State. They've put 2 of them to good use. Now D-Day has fallen. Alex able to pick up another. That's both tanks off the battlefield for Sac State. Rogers are moving forward with this despite some early losses.
Yeah, but Maria Moon is still up and available and putting out the heals. Yeah, there's the primal that I expected to come in.
Disgraceless is looking for the nano onto it. Now, man! Really waiting for Casey to get low. There it is! As that get out of jail free card. Now Casey's going in the back. He's got a couple of enemies in their sights with the cleave. Nice escape. Gonna go back up top. Sees they have 400 health. It just lands right back on the pack. But didn't have bubble available. Gets caught behind Dumpster. Casey is down, and the rest of the team wasn't able to get enough pressure on.
I think now it's time to see Reinhardt make its appearance back out here. they're getting the moves, they're getting the aggression going in, but there's just not enough follow up in behind it. We see Casey now bringing out that Reinhardt, and so let's see, if Casey can once again match the aggression of D-Day Mob and see if they can get all the value that they need out of this. Ripsy looking for the eat on a Blizzard. We haven't seen it yet.
Ooh, Omi with a nice shot. Res available, used right there, as you can see on the top of that roof. I also want to just highlight the discipline from Sac State. That one got a little dicey. Even they still only used 2 ults. Fang already built that Blizzard right back up. Fang's in a little bit of trouble right now. Has to ice block on the front line. Shatter comes through, finds both tanks. Trying to put pressure down. Disgraceless drops off the high ground, trying to desperately keep the tanks alive, but no such luck. Sac State just mow them over like my lawn in summertime.
I love it. And Fang didn't hold on to the Blizzard too long that time. But you did also invest a couple of lessons into that fight. So, Ultimate's really going to start swinging in the way of Roger State in the next fight. Mater might be able to hold the aggression off. Coming out with this Amp Matrix, I'm looking for that to really get some good value.
Yeah, it's timing. I was gonna say something delicate. It's right there on the high ground. Here comes the rest of the team to join because Mater's up there by themselves. She is able to get the immortality field out and survive. And not only that, pick up a kill on to KC, but that immediately gets swapped right back. Quickly turned into a +2 for Roger State as they claim the high ground, drop down low. KC goes charging through. Doesn't quite pick up the one that they were looking for. Now, Roger State are kind of scattered across this. Self-destruct use off the duplicated Hodwad. Casey returns only to take a bunch of damage off the front line. Roger State started off so good, but it seemed to lose the plan as the fight got more and more chaotic.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what it is. It's chaos. Deadeye takes out your res right off the table. So a little bit of a support diff going on right now. That's a good kill. Let's see if Alec can get up this Bob and really lay into it.
Omi's able to get the revenge onto Hodwad there. Alex Bob now online as we're sub 10 seconds. The Bob misses the point! Oh no! That is not what Alec was looking for. Now Alec goes down. Shatter over the objective is the overtime. Wick is going down. It's going down so fast. Nobody can get close. Sac State even up this series. This one's going to map 3, friends.
Oh, and I want to bring this out, and I want to say this in the most positive way possible. Double tank or double off tank does not work going into certain things. And I mean, the Reinhardt, I mean, you know that D-Day is just going to run Reinhardt pretty much exclusively. And, every time that they've gotten diffed, it's been because they try to run something other than the Reinhardt. So if you know that D-Day is going to run that, then you know that you need to be echoing that. And as soon as you see the German Crusader opposite you, go back to spawn, change out, match the aggression, and then, move forward from there. I think the adaptation that came through, while they have adapted quite well throughout this series, I think that playing to your strengths, and Casey has a darn good Reinhardt, I think that you need to be able to recognize and adapt in the moment, seeing that a Reinhardt's on the field. You're going to have to bring out one of your own because D-Day will take the space, will make the corners and get the positioning, and you will not move that cart.
Oh, they're great at using their speed to do so. Speaking of speed, we're going to take a quick intermission, speed on through it. And when we come back, it's Rialto, the deciding map here in our series. We'll see you then. We are all tied up 1-1 after two here in the best of three. So it's all coming down to Rialto. We do have some swaps coming in for Rogers State, though, Billy. Hoping that'll make the difference.
Yeah. Looks like Alex is going to go back to their normal role of support. J Love Anime comes out, and we're going to see DJ SQ come in the DPS role for Rogers State. So maybe that will be the turnaround that they need to get themselves their first series win of the NEC season. And I mean, we're looking at, I mean, it's all down to this for us tonight here in the series. It's all going to be settled on the streets of Italy. And one of my favorite maps still in this game. Some of the most iconic moments in this game. So we'll see what these two squads bring to each other. We're going to see side swaps once again. So now we'll see the Hornets of Cal State Sacramento come out on the defense. And Rogers State, let's see if they have an answer for what was brought to bear to them in the streets of Hollywood. They got held on point E, and they've got to have a little bit of fire in their belly right now. That's why we saw some of these changes come out. And maybe the personnel change will give them a little bit new lease on life. I love that line from Baptiste as well. It's one of my favorite lines as well. Maria Moon and Mater have been putting in a very silent but very effective support performance for Sacramento. And I tell you what, the reason why a lot of these pushes doomed to fail is the fact that the Hornets were just able to sustain a whole lot better than what Rogers State was.
That they were. Definitely big props to your supports. There's no good tank out there without great supports backing them up. As Rogers State come out of the gate with this kind of an Orisa Brawly comp, and kind of an Orisa spammy comp with the Junkrat and the Echo in the sky. Omi really came into their own there on map 2. We'll see if the Cowboy can clip the wings of Hodwad, who's moved off of the Reaper that we've seen him on exclusively so far tonight. There it is! Kills come in. Maywall is up from Fang. Defense pushing forward. Now they can't deny the res, so Rogers State is back at a full 6. It cost them a lot of cooldowns to do it. This is an opportunity for Sac State to push forward. They're able to get the DMAC onto Ripsy and get the shatter in. Ooh, Ripsy, I think the only one affected by that though. Rogers State with an interesting little reset.
And I mean, once again, it's Orisa versus Reinhardt, and generally Reinhardt will win that, even though Casey got a lot of value, and Supercharger will be available into the next fight, but you're not doing enough to make the space that you really need to make this work. So, either Askew or Hadwad's got to get around the back.
It's a disengagement amp matrix as well as a very early coalescence, so both support ults used in that. Duplicate on to the Diva, and for Rogers State, they're trying to push in the back. 2 kills as a result. Make it 3 with the remet kill on to D-Day. Hodwad making great use as the DPS player pulls out the tank and finds half the team.
Yeah, I mean, and Supercharger was using in that fight as well, so I mean, they really went to the cupboard and got the value that they needed. I don't know if there's going to be enough time for somebody to get onto this point.
Maywall trying to keep the contest, but is not quite far enough back. D-Day able to hold down the line as Omi is able to pick up a good pick. Blizzard in from the defense. Richie's going to use a self-destruct, try to force Sac State back, but they're able to get safely behind the shields. AC finds themselves on the business end of the Peacekeeper. As a result, we're going to get the Nano Boost onto Ripsy, trying to pull it back, but no, just frozen up. Coalescence used. Rogers State have no front line left.
Yeah, and Matrix right now being used as well, and the Tire is out. Gets taken out by a beautiful Fire Strike.
That's one of the best feelings in the world as a Reinhardt, when you can read it from a mile away. It like goes in slow motion for you. D-Day with a great play there to keep the defense at a full 6. Now an Ant Matrix is on the battlefield, and Omi immediately finds great value with it. A duplicated May in from the other side, able to ice block up and avoid the shatter. Ripsy got demeched in the back. The Rogers State are still trying to fight this out. They got close to another Supercharger that could be just the ticket, but DK goes down.
Yeah, but they do lose Mater into boot. So, main really good source of healing off the table for them. KC is still under a lot of duress here.
Yeah, but D-Day kind of overstepped just far enough in front of the cart to eat the brunt of all that damage. And now here comes the War Drums out from Rogers State, trying to put the pressure down, but there's Coalescence there, keeping Infinite Void in this fight, and Omi's able to pick up yet another kill. Omi has really come to life these last 2 maps, and it's a big reason they've got Rogers State down to 35 seconds.
Support diff right now. You're running the Mercy into this, and you're not really damage boosting anything. You're just using it for the res, and it's just not getting the value that you need into it. You need the extra burst healing. Maria Moon is absolutely changing this on its head.
Ripsy is going to get killed in pilot form, trying to throw out a self-destruct as we head into 15 seconds. Duplicate from Hodwad yet again. What a pin! What a preemptive pin! You've got to be kidding me. Now there's an Ant Matrix there. Lots of tools to hold on for the defense to spin off for the last 5 seconds. It's going to be the Dead Eye out. That's going to find DKSQ. But both supports are down for the defense of Sac State. Self-destruct end is not going to find anything. Hodwad gets picked off, but Rogers State might still have enough. No, the Blizzard! The Blizzard is too much for them to deal with. KC and Ripsy fall. Sac State hold them on point A.
2 words. Support diff. You had so much sustain and burst healing potential coming out from Cal State, Sacramento, that, I mean, against a Baptiste and a Mercy, Maria Moon and Mater absolutely cleaning the plate support wise, keeping their tanks up so beautifully. The coalescences were just absolutely spectacular. And like you said, Omi has come into their own. Hollywood really showed us what they could do, and Rialto is putting an exclamation point on that. You see the mark that needs to be set by the Hornets to go ahead and take their series victory and take their second map win of this season. And I mean, Casey, yeah, there we go. We're seeing the Reinhardt right out the gate. I don't know why we keep trying to force other tanks. You know what D-Day is going to bring to the table. And now you really, I guess the stubbornness of not wanting to play the Reinhardt in the beginning has really come to bite them in the rear end here. DJSQ bringing out the Reaper, so we're going to have a little bit of frozen Death Lord coming through.
That little Reaper May. If you get caught in that May wall, you're going to be in a world of hurt. That's for sure, with DKSQ pulling out that Reaper guy. We're also seeing a slight difference in supports as you've got Maria Moon on the Moira to provide a lot of burst heal, some of the largest source of healing in the game, versus the speed of Disgraceless on this Lucio. There's the great May wall. Oh, and it's DKSQ who immediately gets smashed against it. 2 kills in the feed for Sac State as they're able to push around this corner. They're headed right into the courtyard. They're going to get this down to one fight territory and lickety split, Billy.
Yep, one fight to rule them all. And Maria Moon was on the Moira last map and just absolutely slayed it with those coalescences, and they're bringing out once again. The burst healing is so good. I mean, this is probably it. There might be a chance for somebody to touch. Disgraceless will probably be the one that has to make the touch, but it's just going to be throwing bodies at the point at this point.
Oh, but look at this. There's so much pressure on the bridge. Nobody can cross. Omi with a 2K Deadeye to put the nail in the coffin of Rogers State University. The Hornets out of Sacramento. Drop a map early. Bring it back in the next 2 to take Hollywood, Rialto, and the series 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, support diff once again. And I say it, you know, I don't mean any disrespect, but I mean, it was just a support diff, and it was a little bit of Casey not wanting to play the Reinhardt mirror against D-Day. And I tell you what, that was just pretty filthy coming out from them there in the end.
It was both pretty and filthy.
The Cal State Hornets from Sacramento just took Rogers to the woodshed there. There's no other way to put it. That is a dominant performance. One fight, really. The Maywall that came out from Fang, the Fang gang must be very happy right now. As I saw them, I was taking a peek between matches. They were really loud in their support of their DPS player and did not disappoint there. So, man, great work from them. If I have to give an MVP here, it's the support line for Cal State Sacramento. Sure. I'm giving it to both Mater and Maria. They just absolutely kept their team up at the best possible way through both maps 2 and 3, and they are my DPS, or they are my MVP of the match.
I'll echo that. The support line was absolutely fantastic. Maria was getting coalescences time and time again. Mater with some fantastic ant matrices and immortality fields just at the right time. I do have to get a little tip of the hat over to Omi. Really starting to click heads there with the Cowboy in map 3, excuse me, and then with the Hanzo there on Hollywood. So a little tip of the hat there to Omi, because that was fun to watch. That was a joy to see here in the NECC full tournament. That's what I'm talking about. This is Overwatch, Billy.
Yeah, it is beautiful Overwatch. I mean, they really took the clash of heads, and I mean, they just played a little bit better than what Rogers State did. And man, based off of what we saw in Busan, I did not expect this to turn around so well for Cal State Sacramento. But man, I mean, that's what Overwatch is. Any given day, any given team can win, and we just saw the beautiful reverse sweep there, and that's going to close out our night.
But it'll close out our 4th game. We got one last game coming at you. Before we hand that over to Sepulence and Ult Charge, who are going to be your ushers through our 5th series of the evening. I just want to give a special shout out and thank you to Caroline and Shelton, our observers behind the camera, giving you all those beautiful camera angles. We also got Michael doing the producing. So, tip of the hat also to the people behind the scenes, really making this production work. Biggest thank you of all goes to you, the players and the fans, for hanging out with us, enjoying this fantastic tournament with us. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the last and final series of the evening. Y'all stick around. More NECC fall tournament.
Bye, guys. Love y'all.